actually, one of the things that we were not able to really pinpoint what the issue was. We know that the
Hmm.
information communication between the management and the sales needed to be improved so
Mhm.
that we could better track our progress, as well as give a better focus for the sales team and goals. So we have been collaborating for like last 5 months. We set up an optimal end-to-end pre-sales and sales process that was so crucial for us. To be more precise in that, I guess the qualification step saved us a lot of time and energy, which we were overlooking. Of course, one of the biggest learnings was how to do end-to-end and automatic outbound reach campaigns. Now we are able to do it ourselves. This really enabled us and gave a lot of self-esteem. I believe it's the sales team education, reviewing our customer calls, going over the script, teaching the sales team basically the difference between customer segments. That was like priceless, basically. Yeah, I would definitely highly recommend contacting Predict and collaborating with you guys.
Hello and welcome to another Predict case study. Today I'm here with Meltem. She's Chief Operations Officer at Arcware. Meltem, so great to have you here.
Great to be here too. Thanks, Levin, for inviting me.
Yes, thanks. So Meltem, maybe as a quick starting point, can you briefly explain your responsibilities at Arcware and also kind of outline what does Arcware do and who is your target audience?
Sure. Arcware is an IT startup based in Munich, Germany, and
Mhm.
Arcware Solutions specializes in providing businesses a unique and optimized software hardware setup for
Mhm.
pixel streaming purpose, basically. Our cloud solution enables companies to seamlessly share their high-end, cutting-edge, and very graphically intensive Unreal Engine-based 3D applications, product solutions with their own customers
Mhm.
where these businesses don't have to worry about the end device of their customers at all, freely sharing globally every kind of information project that they want to share with, basically. That's what Arcware does. As COO, some of my responsibilities, which I guess are relevant for this talk, can be named as I work on translating companies' business strategies into actionable plans for the teams, and namely company roadmap.
Mhm.
I try to ensure companies' roadmap actually and deliverables are achieved as it's planned, which involves cross-departmental collaboration, interdepartmental alignment, given the milestones, as well as aligning, defining processes and operations, given the
Mhm.
company's strategic goals, development and execution of KPIs, which are very, very important, of course, given the goal of Arcware. And
Mhm.
I work on also talent management, hiring the right people for the right roles.
Got it. Got
So,
it.
yeah.
So it sounds like, just to summarize, Arcware is a very technical company. So it's a very deep tech kind of solution, very innovative. And you as COO, you're basically involved in both internal and external topics alike. So you had a lot of hats to wear at the same time. But amazing. So now let's jump a little bit into our collaboration. We've been working together for a few months already. And now let's zoom back a little bit before the collaboration. What did your sales and acquisition process look like before we started?
hmm So we have had a very strong recurring revenue and really
Mhm.
solid number of engaged customers that we supported basically by our sales team, that we supported with our sales team. But definitely we also faced some critical limitations,
Mhm.
namely growth in revenue, sale team size, and efficiency. This has been becoming more and more strategic priority for us that we have been discussing how we can address it in the management team.
Mhm.
If I name some of the points under this umbrella is basically we did not have the optimally defined pre-sales and sales processes
Mhm.
where we could actually give very focused goals for our sales team
Mhm.
monthly, quarterly, where we can actually define our KPIs, track them, and have a good way of reporting back to the management team as well as from management team as the goals to the sales team is basically finding out in which part of the process there was a blocker, how we could actually handle this problem, tackle this issue, and how we can enable the sales team so the growth way much better.
Got it.
And yeah.
Got it. Got it. So it was just like mainly like a process issue. There wasn't a sophistication required for the next level of growth in the processes.
Yeah.
Now, what is it for you also from a management perspective? What was most frustrating around that situation? What were like the most urgent things that you were trying to address before we started working together? What was like kind of the biggest pain points you had because of that situation?
Actually, one of the things that we were not able to really pinpoint what the issue was. We know that the
Hmm.
information communication between the management and the sales needed to be improved so
Hmm.
that we could better track our progress, as well as give a better focus for the sales team and goals. But I believe we started to bullet point these down when we started our first meetings, even before our collaboration contract has been signed.
Got it.
But there we found out exactly to achieve the growth goal we had as Arcware, we needed to be able to strategically define goals basically for the sales. That needed basically a feedback loop between sales, marketing, as well as the management team. That was the major blocker for us.
Got it. Got it. So, yeah, a lot of like operational topics also there in the sales ops space that we needed to address. Now, then we obviously started working together. Can we quickly speak about like what caught your interest and why did you decide to collaborate with us then in the end?
Yeah, sure. So, before we started collaborating, of course, with you, at the same time, we had also interviewed a number of other experts in the field.
Mhm.
Before we signed our contracts, basically that we had a number of meetings. That was a plus. It was not like one phone call or an email back and forth for a decision process. What was very important for me, at least in the beginning, was to be able to really communicate efficiently, openly, and really to the point, goal-oriented communication. That was for me a big green light to have other meetings with you before we decided to move forward. And what
Got it.
I loved the most was we were really able to, point by point, able to write what we needed to change in this transformation phase. It was clear for us that you were the expert to support us.
Amazing. Amazing. And so glad that you came on board then
Sure.
eventually. Yeah, now we've obviously been collaborating for a few months. So can you just describe what results have we achieved so far together?
So we have been collaborating for like last 5 months.
Hmm.
Um, we had weekly meetings, some weeks more than 2, 3 times. Basically, we had meetings. Some of the impact, I guess, of our collaboration can be named as we set up an optimal end-to-end pre-sales and sales process that was so crucial for us. This would include also an optimal CRM selection based on the given facts or customer segments or needs as the sales team, and how to set it up correctly that basically the CRM would be aligning, reflecting
Hmm.
our KPI needs basically. It was also very valuable that you reviewed our customer calls, like really hands-on education of our sales team. And to be more precise in that, I guess the qualification step saved us a lot of time and energy, which we were overlooking. Now, sales team, I'm very proud of them that they are really good at identifying whom to really spend their effort and energy for the next meetings, basically in-depth meetings. Um, Also, you taught us how strategically to approach the old customers, the current ones, and the potential ones. This was also a very good educational point. Of course, one of the biggest learnings was how to do end-to-end and automatic outbound reach campaigns. Now we are able to do it ourselves. We are creating multiple campaigns for different purposes, and this really enabled us and gave a lot of self-esteem. Exactly, that's the point. You also challenged us from the pricing strategy, which was very useful for the management team. Yeah, in that sense, you had a lot of impact, basically, a positive impact on our career transformation. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So there's a bunch of different topics we obviously worked on. We had a very tight collaboration with you guys, which I was very happy about as well.
Yeah.
We touched the whole end-to-end sales process, as you have mentioned. We touched the topic of CRM selection and then implementation. We touched the topic of like scripts and how to perform in calls. Of course, we did, I think, a big like end-to-end script there as well. And then, of course, the outbound topic on top of that. Of these things that we've kind of outlined now, what do you think, if you had to pick one, had the biggest impact for you guys and your team?
I believe it's the sales team education. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm saying it because I'm judging it. I guess I would be able to set up a system, like a sales pre-sales process. Maybe it wouldn't be optimal. With your expertise, it's now optimal. We are very happy to follow our current sales process, which is basically a living one that we update as we learn more based
Hmm.
on the feedback from the team. But I believe the reviewing our customer calls, going over the script, teaching the sales team basically the difference between customer segments, their backgrounds, how to approach them based on given if they were old or current. That was like priceless, basically.
Amazing, amazing. And did you feel some of that impact also then in the cold hard numbers? I know it's always kind of hard to say because we touched so many things, but
Yeah.
did you feel that impact as well?
Yeah, it's very difficult because Arcware has been going through a big transformation as it's
Mm,
growing. We needed to do multiple topics parallel at the same time. I cannot say this number, but I can say that our revenues growth is very solid and we are proud of it. And definitely sales team is in the core of this and transformation and the scaling up.
amazing, amazing. Great to hear that. Amazing. Now, I think that basically sums up like the results section, and thank you for speaking to that. Now, just two final questions from my side. Now, in your honest opinion, Melton, how likely are you to recommend a collaboration with Predict and with us around these topics?
Hmm. Yeah, I would definitely highly recommend contacting Predict and collaborating with you guys. Um, the reason for this is not only the significant impact that you had, but I like the flexibility that you had. Nothing was really fixed from the beginning. Our needs or priorities, as we talked, changed as we were also learning what to prioritize. That was a big, big plus for us. That flexibility was really a game changer. I already talked about the quality of our communications and your being available always. Meetings, not only just a quick chat or something, meeting with different teams and ensuring that every meeting had a goal and there was an action item that we needed to follow. That taught us a lot, which was very also nice. But I believe for startups, which has been in a growth transformation, in a scaling up phase, I guess it's definitely needed if they don't have enough sales expertise, pre-sales and sales expertise. It's a must that they contact you.
Right, right. So that kind of comes into the next question already. Like, who do you think this is most relevant for? And you already said that's
Yeah,
probably like people that are in a high growth scenario right now, and they're looking to add structure, right, to their sales process. Is that fair to
definitely.
summarize it like that?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Amazing, amazing. So yeah, that sums everything up, Malcolm. Thank you so much for taking the time in our case study today and for the great collaboration as well.
Pleasure, pleasure.
All right, talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Oh, take care.